Hey guys, Cam for 15, joined by my co-host, The Red Wolf, and we are back talking MHA and dog. We predicted it last week. It certainly more than definitely came true this week. And we just got it from the jump. We got the reveal from the jump.
Yeah. Well, although we're not too surprised since we already know. So, yeah.
Now, maybe if you watch the Japanese version or the sub version, it may be hard to tell if that was um Stain, but we watched the English dub version, right? Because My Hero has our Vigilante is the same day, same day sub, same day dubbed. So when we heard Robert McCollum's voice, we're like, that's Stain's voice actor from the dub.
Yeah. I was like, is that who I think it is? Ain't no way.
Well, it is him, and they revealed it. So Stendel is Stain confirmed.
Yeah, and later on, one of the more gruesome fashions ever.
So we started the episode off with Stendel actually taking down another villain.
Like, are they like a mafia or something?
Yeah, these mafia dudes are talking about how they're doing all this stuff and that they're villains and shit like that. And Stendel comes in like he's freaking Batman, and he basically raids the place. And
Batman doesn't kill.
I don't care. Anyways, he comes in there. Obviously, the mafia is like, "Who the hell are you?" And he's like, "I'm here for justice." And you have it to where these mafia members transform into these weird looking creature things, but
Basically, they're quirks, I guess.
yeah, but Stendel takes them down fairly easily and kills them.
Yep.
And it isn't even a contest, and he talks about doing this for the cause of justice and shit like that. Now, shockingly, B Lady has been assisting him with finding these people.
I don't really know what exactly her end goal is. I mean, I see her teaming up with one group, and then all of a sudden I see her teaming up with a Stain. I'm like, what?
I don't know.
Well, either way, Stain just sees her more like a nuisance, if anything.
Maybe the guy we saw either last week or a few weeks ago she was walking with, maybe that was a member of the mafia.
Oh, that would actually make sense. That would actually make sense. She planned the whole thing, probably.
Maybe. That's just my bet. I guess that's the thing that comes off to the top of my head. The dude
Yeah,
was wearing a suit.
yeah, and let's not forget, after this little interaction with Stain, she shows pictures of the other targets. So yeah.
So we cut over to the bumbling idiots, I guess, is what I'm going to call them now. It's Lizard Boy, Wolverine, and the other guy, right? Basically, Lizard Man is recovering from the incidents, I think, in like episode 2 or 3 when he used the trigger the first time. And they were talking to him about like, hey, are you good? And he's like, yeah, I'm good and everything. Now he does say like, I'm not gonna do that drug again. Like that shit is crazy.
Mhm.
So it's nice to see that in some cases they learn the errors of their ways, right? Now it's funny because the lizard man's like, well, I can't smoke in here because the nurses get on me about that. But then the other dude's like, well, listen, personally, I would love to be cooped up in here.
Get yourself some broken bones then.
Listen, I don't blame him. I don't. I guess I can't blame him because if you're injured and you have a hot nurse taking care of you, well, you're gonna want to stay.
Men of culture.
I still remember the hot nurse from Solo Leveling that we never saw again.
Yeah, at least she took her shot at Ginu.
At least she took her shot. Yeah, that's true. Um, but that's kind of where we're there now. You have it to where the Wolverine guy is just thinking about what his friends are saying and stuff like that, right? And this is actually when he runs into Beekeeper Girl again. And I'm just like, don't tell me he's gonna get hooked on the drugs again. But actually, he wants nothing to do with the Beekeeper Girl no more.
Mhm.
And because Beekeeper's like, oh, see, I can help you out. I can get you more of this stuff and you can do my bidding and stuff like that. And Wolverine's like,
Just
I've had enough of that stuff.
drop the cute girl act.
Hey, at least he was being honest. She is trying to act like a damn cute girl, but we know she's terrible.
It just it just it just leads me to question what's gonna be her fate after all this.
She gotta be dead. Cause she
She
know
gotta
what
be.
he's seen in the main show.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you. I just wonder what is her fate? Like, how is she gonna die, or how is she gonna disappear? Or
My top two guesses. Hold on. I'll be back, guys. Yeah, it's sorry for that. Late night
okay,
snacks.
okay. I'm sorry for that. What was happening?
I said late night snacks for mother.
Okay. Oh,
Popcorn and yogurt.
I I can relate. Anyways, you said you have two guesses on what her fate might be.
Either Stendel, aka Stain, kills her because she's getting annoying, or my best guess, All for One kills her.
Yeah, she is.
Because
She is.
she's just another casualty or something like that.
Mhm.
That or another loose end that he doesn't need anymore. Because probably her big plan will fail. She'll go to All for One saying that you can trust me on this, boss. She fails, and like
She
what
paid the
All for
price.
One does, he cuts people off that has any ties to him because you failed him. Because it's still, remember, he's at this point where he's looking for his successor, well, aka Shigaraki.
Mhm.
So that's the thing, right? That's my best guess. And plus, we already saw what he does to his people that he doesn't deem valuable to his cause anymore, aka Lady Nagant.
Yeah. That's one example I was thinking of.
So yes, but anyways, Wolverine basically tells Beekeeper basically to F off. Like he wants nothing to do with her.
Not not gonna lie, we really gotta be better at memorizing their names because whenever you say Wolverine, I can't help but think of the other guy with the hat.
I know, I
I was
know.
like, yeah, we really gotta remember their names better.
Spike, I'll call him Spike then.
I'll take it.
Regardless, Spike tells Beekeeper woman to fuck off. He wants nothing to do with her. But that's when she's like, "Fine, I guess you're willing to die, aren't you?"
Yeah, and she even threatened to go after his friends also.
Yes. Now, this she ends up actually injecting him with another vial of trigger again, so he's on the trigger, but he does seem a little, even though he goes berserk, um when Koichi shows up, he kind of does regain some of his sanity, but you kind of get this whole moment as he's transforming into this hulking beast. He has flashbacks of when these people kept looking at him, and he had like this thing of where people only look down on him and had these weird looking smiles and shit like that. And he's like,
Yeah,
why?
people either look down on him, see him as a monster, and they just discriminate him because of his quirk, how dangerous his quirk is, basically. And it just got to the point where, yeah, he's, as you see now, he's had enough and he's losing it. And yes, and this B girl, basically did the same again. And yeah,
So she's like, well, Mr. Stendel, you can take care of him now. And Stendel's like, fine, I'm here for my justice. Also, I forgot to mention, earlier in the episode when she first ran in, when Stendel was obviously his real persona, he's like, 'cause she's like, oh, I got another job for you, Mr. Stone. And he's like, I'm not Stendel. I'm just a regular old man, right? So this is when Stendel starts attacking the dude, and he actually cuts him up pretty bad. Like he gives him like the Luffy freaking cut across his chest, the X, right? But Koichi's roaming around the area, and essentially he hears this, and he's like, "Oh, it's you, Mr. Stendel," and basically he's like, "Wait, that's dude," and he's like, "Wait, what are you doing?" And Stendel's like, "I'm doing this for justice. He's a villain." And basically Koichi's like, whoa, chill, man. He ain't like that. He's not like that. And he's like, get out of the way. You don't understand what you're trying to do. But Koichi, he's kind of realizing like what Knuckle Duster basically made a mention of how Knuckle Duster warned him, you know, certain vigilantes have their own reasons to do what they do, and you can't trust all of them, even if you think they're cool, right? This gets to the point where Koichi actually has to help out Spike, and he actually is helping him try to retreat and get away, because he bumps into Stendel at first to distract him from throwing like basically a killing blow at him, right? Um, and he runs off with him on the back, and that's kind of where you kind of see like Spike is like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Just chill, man. I'm helping you here." But Stendel is just like, I see you're doing this because you have good intentions, but people who help villains must be brought to justice. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, right there. He shanks Koichi, and he gets a lick on his blood, and you know what happens. You know what happens when he does that.
Yep. You're frozen in place. The narrator does his explanation about his blood curdling quirk. We know about it. If you're a new MHA fan, you don't know what this dude's quirk is. When you start watching the main series, you'll see this guy reappear back in season 2. That's all I'm gonna say.
All I gotta say is that if you haven't watched the original series, I don't know what you're doing watching this one, but I digress. I digress. But
maybe this is some people's introduction to MHA.
Whatever floats their boat, I guess.
So Koichi's down for the count, and it looks like Stendel's gonna be like, well, I gotta do what I have to do, and this is for justice. And it actually looks like he's gonna probably just kill Koichi right then and there, right? But then Knuckle Duster shows him in the nick of time, and he saves Koichi. And basically, Stendel's like, oh, you're that vigilante that's been going around actually doing good work. Well, you might need to step aside because this doesn't pertain to you, right? And Knuckle Duster's just like, yeah, that may be the case, but sorry, I'm not letting you pass. You can't go past this line, otherwise, you're gonna get your ass whooped. And he puts the line right behind, Knuckle Duster puts that line right behind him, and he gives this fucking crazy ass straight up boom to the face, to the mask.
Destroying the mask and
shatters it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it left it on the ground like he's starting to question like I get it now. And all that stuff.
Yeah, let's just say Stendel went on the deep. This is when he just lost it. He went off the deep end.
Especially after that whole fight. Oh my god. Did he actually?
So this then Stendel gets back up, and he's obviously talking about his stuff that he's talking about, and you get this crazy fight with Knuckle Duster, right? And Knuckle Duster is actually giving this dude the fucking hands and everything, and I'm just like, okay, Knuckle Duster is actually doing good against freaking fucking Stain, essentially, right? Because let's be honest, the moment he got punched, that's when the flip switched, and he turned into fucking Stain that we saw from season 2, bruh. He just lost his shit. He was like, and eventually he does cut Knuckle Duster. He does lick him, which stops Knuckle Duster in his place, and he's like,
yeah, but yeah, he just went off.
He just lost it, and he's like, we'll just settle this later. I'll let you go for now, right? So we then cut back over to Stendel in his own homes,
Yeah, and of course the B girl was right there, and of course, as you can expect, she was talking too much to the point that he throws a knife at her. I'm not gonna lie, I thought she died there for a bit, and then as he's looking into the mirror, did he rip off his nose?
He didn't rip off his nose. He took the knife and he cut his nose off. This was probably definitely one of the most goriest scenes in all of MHA, if you're even counting the main series.
Yeah, this is when he truly becomes hero killer Stain, I guess.
Well, I want to say hero killer Sting yet, because we still haven't seen the reason why he ultimately turned and said, you know what, I'm gonna stop killing these villains. I gotta start going after these heroes now. Now he at the end of the fight, he did make a mention, he's like, or he talks about fake heroes and this mantra that they live by, right? And how they put on a fucking mask and shit like that to make them feel good. He does bring that up. So I think we got in a piece to it. So it's crazy to see that what we see in season 2 of Stain, outside of the All Might idealism, right? The fact that in a weird way, Koichi and Knuckle Duster is kind of the reason, or plays a part of why he ended up becoming Stain in the main show. Now clearly we gotta see like how he turned into a hero killer, because I think right now he's kind of like on that anti shit right now, that anti villain thing, right? And I feel like he's gonna come across a hero and he's gonna realize like, you're not doing what a hero should be doing, and that's probably when he's gonna have his in his eyes his come to Jesus moment, saying, these heroes are fucking fakes. They're not like All Might. And that's when you're gonna have the full revelation. But to be honest, I saw this episode, I'm like, no, that motherfucker hero killed Stain right now. He lost it. When I saw him cut the nose, I just like, ugh. And the dude is legitimately walking out dripping blood.
And this is when, yes, now the face and the mask are one and the same.
Yeah. He said he don't need to wear the mask no more. Which probably explains why he wears the bandages across his face. So now we see why he has bandages covering his nose area. Because he fucking cut that shit off. But this was definitely the goriest episode of MHA Vigilantes. It may have been one of the goriest episodes of MHA entirely. Now this is the shit that I'm talking about. This is the shit I'm talking about. This is the thing that people telling me this shit is hype. This shit is actually somewhat better than the main series. Now this is the shit I'm talking about. Let's get to the fucking action. I don't know what next week we see another episode preview. We're gonna see that, I guess that, I'm guessing she may be a news lady. I don't know for next week's. Maybe it's a girl that Knuckle Duster knows. Looks like Popstep might be getting jealous of this girl because she's hanging around Koichi. I don't know.
Yeah, she seems to be clinging to him.
Well, to see, she's an attractive character. I'll give her that. So, yes, one of the goriest and darkest episodes, and we kind of see the birth of Stain here tonight. I don't know how to feel like that. I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, it's to lead into the original series, I guess.
Well, we're gonna get out of here. It's getting late for my boy. He needs to go to sleep so he can go to work tomorrow. I get the day off. Anyways,
well, this might. Well, do we have any more reviews to do this week? I mean, besides Fire Force.
Fire Force.
Yeah.
That'll have to be tomorrow evening.
Yeah, cause Fire Force might be the last review I'm gonna be on until
you come back from your vacation.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out traveling, guys. I'm gonna see the world with my dad. And,
at least for 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks?
For 1 week only.
Okay. Yeah, so next week my co-host, I'll be solo because my co-host is actually going on a trip and stuff like that. And even 2 weeks later, don't expect episode reviews on the Saturday because we'll also we're actually going out to good old San Diego. So don't expect any big recordings for that weekend either. But that's end of May, guys. Don't worry about it. But I'll be solo for all the anime shows that we review together and things like that. But look forward to stuff like that. And things like that. So I'm gonna go for guys. Or we're gonna get up here. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts. Hit the subscribe button if you want to get more My Hero Academia content or any other shit that I post on the channel, whether it's reviews or gameplays and stuff like that. Right now, I know I got to get back to my Stellar Blade playthrough, but I'm kind of waiting for the Goddess of Nike DLC to get out, which isn't coming out till I think June or July. I gotta look. I'm waiting for that DLC to drop to see what that's about. And then Zenless, I'm just waiting for the next update patch. I don't know if we're gonna get a character story for Hugo, and I don't even know if I want to kind of do that as a video series, because it's like, and I think that honestly that might just be a prequel, if anything, for his character
Speaking
story.
of Stellar Blade, I am thinking about doing the boss rush mode on my channel. So
Is that a live stream or is that just straight up video?
Straight up video. I mean,
have fun with that. Especially on hard mode.
Yeah, that's expected. But I think I've improved since the first time I've ever played Stellar Blade, so who knows?
Don't try fucking hard mode against fucking what's her face? Raven. That shit, you actually have to have like a right battle kit to even beat her.
Damn.
And that means you might have to go through the game twice.
Okay.
That's how hard she is. And the parry window is a lot smaller.
I've struggled enough with Raven already. Anyways, that's I guess let's just end the video.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Look forward to sort of the Demon Hunter review. My Takamine-san before the newest episode comes out, and then look forward to our Fire Force review as well. That'll be a dual episode review. It's funny enough. Background information: I did post the last episode review, but by the time I was too lazy to freaking make that public, so I'm gonna have to go back, re-render it, and add in our review of episode 6. So it's gonna be a dual episode review, but.
Wait, you haven't rendered that one?
Huh?
Wait, you haven't rendered that one?
No, it's rendered. It's already uploaded to my YouTube channel. I gotta basically find the original video file and add that and re-render the whole thing, which includes the episode review from last week that we already did, and then the episode review we gotta do for this past week. So,
ready? That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. We gave you the updates on the channel. Hit both the subscribe buttons. I'll leave a link in the description below for my friend's channel and shit like that. So till then, guys, catch you guys in this video and stay safe out there, and be careful on your vacations. Till then, guys, peace.
Peace.